And we're in. Alrighty. So today we have a user submitted replay from the mighty, the ferocious Aleksandr. And his opponent today is going to be which it's somewhere it's an interesting hybrid between, like good luck have fun, which we all fucking love to say, and barcode. It's like a barcode that wishes well. I think that's what we've got going on here. So Aleksandr going here for a supply depot. Gull also going for a supply depot, though in a rather sus place in the back of his mineral line. I don't know if he's trying to hide the fact that he's building a supply depot. I don't know what's going on there. He's also going for gas before barracks into, yep, the barracks, whereas Aleksandr over here going for the slightly more standard barracks and then gas. I mean, it's TvT. I imagine they'll both probably build plenty of gases, but yeah. And we have the second gas coming down here before the barracks is even finished. Which, yeah, he wants that gas. Give me that gas. Um, on here, quick pull right onto the gas, and a quick pull as well by GLL. Um, Always exciting to see. I mean, what is this? He's blocking the Reaper path. I guess that's the thing you can do on Humanity. You just block it and be like, nah, nah, Reaper's not allowed. This is not what's coming up here. Um, we have a scouting SCV coming across here for Aleksandr, and another one just going down to what looks like brazenly attempt to build a command center because fuck it, sometimes you just build a command center. The rules say you're not allowed to, but Aleksandr doesn't play by the rules. He just builds a CC and opens reactor first because fuck it. Why not? It's how you do. Getting in here, gets the scout off, sees that there is a factory building, which is probably a huge sigh of relief that he doesn't come in here and there's zero barracks and he's like, oh, the game's over. Which, I mean, I guess since he sent this to me, that clearly didn't happen. Which makes a lot of sense. He's building the one supply depot block over here. Maybe it'll get a little bit bigger sometime later. And we've got the SCV and the Reaper. It's like I love how this SCV, the GLLL, is sending over here is also chasing him as if like the Reaper is not enough. Like he's like, no, I need this SCV too. This Reaper needs backup, man. He's squishy. Like a little bit of trouble here. We're gonna have two Marines popping out soon, but it looks like this SCV is probably going to go down before. Yup. And he's not going to cancel the command center. He's just going to have to send another one down. But that is an SCV that goes down for free off of this rather greedy start. Not a tremendous punish. And because the CC is so much faster, I mean, this still doesn't put Aleksandr in a terrible position as long as he can deal with this Reaper here. But he doesn't need to get an SCV down there. Whereas GLL already building a siege tank and now getting his second CC on the high ground while cranking a few Marines off into the corner there. Over here, we have a tech lab still finishing up. So definitely going to be a faster tank, some faster tech for our good luck barcode player. However, Aleksandr over here is going to get much more eco. And if I know anything about Aleksandr, he's a cash money kind of player. Um, and a second. That's okay. I I didn't know exactly what I was getting in for. But what I'm getting in for is second starport before factory unit. That is the kind of game in which we are living right now. We are living in a second starport before factory unit kind of game. Cloak for what I imagine is soon going to be a Banshee popping out. Beautiful stuff. And then we've got a reactor coming out on the factory. So it looks like we're going for like a is this like Sky Terran? Are we gonna be blasting him with some banshees? Over here we have, is that a third command center? Is this one even done? No, he's just like, yeah, yeah, that's what you do. You see your opponent's being greedy, and you're like, well, okay, me too then. And he goes ahead and builds two command centers before the second one's even done. We have this reactor actually flying over to a reactor. So that's going to be interesting. And the factory just fucks off from the reactor. He's like, nah, I don't need it. Don't need it. Factory units are for losers. We're going to be building Vikings two at a time. Checking out on the production tab, we do have, yeah, Viking Banshee versus a Liberator and another factory for our good luck have barcode. And yeah, we're still cranking out a few Marines, but it actually looks like this is going to be a sort of a mech v mech mirror matchup, though our barcode over here definitely looks like he's doing a bit more of a ground focus, whereas Aleksandr at this point is just cranking out, your classic Banshee Viking composition. Always, always a pleasure to see it. We live for this. We live for the Banshee Viking Diamond League fucking gameplay. This is it. And you know what I say, it's Diamond League gameplay. You know what? I have and will again lose to this shit. So I don't know. I don't know. Game's hard. Game's hard. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Um, Over here we've got another siege tank building, which are just the what you could say is the natural predator of the Banshee, the siege tank. So things definitely not. I would say army composition wise, not looking good for our good luck barcode, but a nice little liberator harass that got let's see, fuck all done. So you know that's good for him. Good for him. Units lost. Yeah, Blues lost 150 resources. So yeah, Aleksandr. Yeah, I don't know what those are. You know, but details are for nerds, and of course, um, don't call me out like that. Um, it's a condition. It's genetic. Okay, I can't help it. Okay. Um, I'm sorry, but nonetheless, we have the map control Marines making their march out here from our barcode. Doing a little wander. We're gonna see the Battle of the Map Control Marines. This is a scout fight if I ever seen one. But oh no, straight past and straight into sensor tower range. Now GLL. He knows all of his secrets. Oh, we got some bloodshed. Oh my god. GLL's Marine valiantly defeated by the high ground taken by Aleksandr. And it is interesting. So GLL has a much faster third base, but he's not doing a ton with it. He is finally now building out of it. But Aleksandr's third base, I mean, it's delayed. His orbital is going to be delayed, but realistically, I mean, if you look at the units tab, like the workers are still in favor of Aleksandr. So even though Red got what should have been a good little eco counter, he must have dropped SCVs evidently, because he's just not mining as much. And then we have over here the the 5 cloak Banshee move out going in, taking out the gas, which I mean, as one mech player to another, Aleksandr clearly knows how to hit him where it hurts, right in the Vespine. Some Banshees look like they might be able to chase these Banshees. These Vikings might be able to chase these Banshees off. However, if he does cloak up, uh, he might have been able to. If he had taken out the turret, he might have gotten something. Though, of course, Terran being the scanning race that it is, could have at least given him some temporary vision there. It looks like Hyperflight Rotors has already been researched. So these are some speedy, cloaky Banshees, and this is going to be a bit of a headache for our good luck player over here. Aleksandr trying to cheek it up a bit. I mean, this is six Banshees we've got going on here, plus your classic 5 Vikings at home defensive strategy. But the worker count and the supply are both heavily favoring Aleksandr here. So it's definitely a situation where but the army supply is Banshees, right? So like this isn't like they do damage, but it's hard to call them like fighting units, right? I mean, look at these things. Like they're actually made of paper. Like I'm pretty sure like if a Marine sneezed hard enough, it could take out 2 of them easy, but they're invisible. And you know what? If Terrans love one thing, it's crying about invisible items. So here we go, though. Missile turrets. Uh, oh, Jesus, Alex. So Aleksandr decided to go for some interesting micro there, while under, mind you, no pressure at home. He decided to do the 6 Banshee kind of walk in into missile turret range, take 2 missile turret shots, take a Viking volley, think about hitting the supply depot, opt not to, fly away, then the classic, oh wait, actually, but wait, what if I hit that supply depot again? Go in, hit it with half the Banshees, which is of course all the Banshees at this point because he's lost so many. Think about it again, take another shot, couple 2 or 3 missile turret shots, take another volley from the Vikings, and then walk on out of there with that supply depot at half health, which is, I mean, it was burning, it was gonna die, but you know, GLL being a bit of a sweaty tryhard, decided to repair it. Now, see, actually, though, this SCV that went to go repair that barracks, this is the genius, honestly, of Alexander's play in that situation. The fact that this SCV had to go repair this barracks means this SCV is never going to move anywhere. Like, GLL doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know that he's supply blocked. Like, he doesn't. Is he even building depots? No, he's building like a command center. Like, this man is supply blocked, and he's like, you know what I need? A command center. That's the move right now. That's what's going to get me out of this situation. Command center. Still, 0 depots in production, 2 command centers in production. I mean, I admire the fortitude that is required for that decision-making process to have not eviscerated his spirit at this point in his life. Um, and so for that, honestly, nothing but respect for our barcode opponent here. And Alexander over here going with the battlecruiser Viking, which is a tough nut to crack, one could say. Though Marines, interestingly, can hit a Viking while it is in the air, whereas a Viking cannot hit the Marine. However, Banshees effortlessly clean this up. I mean, that is just, it just ain't fair. Just ain't fair. You know, both players expanding. Both players are still building SCVs though. My word, Alexander is. I mean, he has just exploded here at this point. The amount of SCVs over here is just. It's what I would describe as a problem. And this is okay. Okay, so okay, we got a quick fight there. That was a sacrificial Viking, but it'll give me a second to. Okay, he's figured it out. Over there. That's where you're gonna. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna long distance mine from here while my CC's here, but then I'm gonna fly it over to here, and then I'm still gonna let all these boys long distance mine from here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gameplay. Um. Anyway, we're going over here. We got missile turrets. You know, which I mean, normally I'd be like, why are you building so many missile turrets? However, Alexander, being an absolute connoisseur of the air unit, I think this is good, actually. I think this makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm here for it. I'm not so sure about the siege tanks, but you gotta wonder, like, what if, hypothetically, Alexander stops committing to the bit, which is evidently not going to happen. We are seeing a pure Skytoss army at this point, which is maxed out on 110 supply. I mean, this is a lot of Vikings. Like, unfortunately, this army is not what I would call good at killing missile turrets, which is actually funny, given that they are probably the single thing that our barcode has the most of. However, nothing can contest this in the air. I mean, maybe if it's just 120 supply of Viking, maybe, but I mean, this is a brutal air-to-air force, and I could see, mass marine taking this out, but from a mech player who's still investing into siege tanks, I don't see how he has any chance. Um, I don't know. The Banshees are just gonna shred through these missile turrets. The Marines on the ground soaking up some ire, and oh, those Marines are now gone. Those are ex-Marines. They are dead now. The Banshees coming out of their cloak to kill those siege tanks, which are of course completely incapable of damaging any living portion of the army. They're gonna fly into 14 turrets. And the air to ground has evaporated just like that. Let's see if we can see some landed Vikings maybe over here near this turret. Maybe snipe a turret with these Vikings. Maybe. Nope, they're just going to be zoning. This battlecruiser is going to go down. And the Vikings are down. Which, there is still one siege tank there, but it's like, yeah, man, 7 Vikings, 2 Vikings. I don't know, math is hard. But nonetheless, Alexander is going to decide to waddle his forces directly into siege tank range, which is going to take out a lot of them. However, that is not to say that this was not a relatively favorable engagement, seeing as how he has taken out essentially everything that GLL has. He didn't pull any SCVs. I swear he pulled SCVs into that fight. I don't know what happened. Oh, right. It was because he never decided to mine out of his base, he was still long distance mining this entire time. So he lost a base's worth of SCVs and a long distance. Why would you mule that? Why? What universe? Why? Why? Ah! What is going on? Ah! Why? Ah! Uh, 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 you know, sometimes you think, okay, like people play under barcodes, right, to like hide their strategies from their opponents. But I have to wonder at this point, like, is it possible that our good luck barcode is actually trying to hide his strategies from like maybe his teammates or his friends? You know, people he just doesn't want to know that he's doing this, that he's doing the this the it's on the my man, it is on the ground. The mineral's right there. But uh, I'm sorry. I'm sure that like people are building units and all kinds of fascinating things right now. But like it's just mesmerizing. Look at them. Look at the siege tanks floating free in the wind. Look at these SCVs getting their rich Vespine gas from 1,000 miles away from the command center, while these two poor, shitty, plebeian Vespine gases, utterly unenriched, are just sitting here. Just who wants it? Who wants it? Green is so last season. We need purple from all the way over there, you know? And we need the natural predator of the Banshee, the siege tank. Meanwhile, Aleksandr over here has decided to build a command center. See, this is right next to the Rich Vespine gas. See, he also is a Rich Vespine connoisseur. But our boy Aleksandr has decided to build a command center next to it. But we're going to move out. We're going to move out. Banshees out here slapping down some turrets. And we're going to see. So the Banshees are the only thing that can meaningfully interact with the missile turrets, right? I mean, you know, because SCV repair, it's going to be very difficult for those battle cruisers to take them out. So you need the Banshees to kill the missile turrets. But the Banshees are going to get zoned out by the enemy's Vikings, right? And actually, that was just it. He killed the rich Vespine gas. I That was it. That I mean, like, okay. Mind you, the game was over, but like the game was over the whole time. It's not like he killed down to 37 workers in that engagement, right? Like that. Like what happens here? Like, did you not expect that your opponent was gonna be building guys? Like he loses no. It's just the Vespine. Like GLLL, GG's over a Vespine Geyser. That's what happened. That was the game. I mean, yes, look at the supply. Yes, look at this. You know, versus this. I get it, but he hadn't left up until this point. Like, this was already true. He wasn't building SCVs. He's on 6cc, but he still had 39 SCVs. He didn't lose any. Like, it's not like he doesn't have anywhere to mine from. Like, no. But he was like, no, it's okay. I'm not out of this game. I'm in it. As long as I have purple gas, there's still hope. And Aleksandr, the mechtical genius here, he must have known, you know? And he walks in and he hit him where it hurt the most. So yeah, GG, and see y'all at the next one.